Hi, I'm Fox.
I'm Couch Guy.
You're watching the Two Smart Guys show, where every week we bring you the latest and greatest in technology hacks, mods, cracks, tips,
New
fun
things,
things. Yeah.
techno, geekiness. Occasionally we'll do love, advice. Not really, but
No.
we really don't
uh,
have any expertise in any of that.
no, that in politics, we're not going to go there.
Yeah, politics we avoid. So,
So,
fancy and new this week,
Windows 8.
super sexy Windows 8.
Yeah. So I have to say, Microsoft is actually trying to do something different this time, which is always
That's
interesting.
true. They are going out on a limb, and I'm not sure. The biggest concerns I've heard about it was like, oh no, where did everything go?
Yeah. So this is the new Start menu.
Which is
It's no,
interesting. If you've had a Windows phone, this is familiar to you. Or if you got
yeah.
the new Windows tablets.
So they were calling this Metro before, but I guess they were getting sued or something, so they just changed it and they're calling it Live Tiles. It's made for a touchscreen. You can use it with a mouse, but it's kind of awkward to me. Yeah.
You can go back to kind of an interface like we're used to, can't you? Like there's a
Yes.
way to do it.
So there's desktop. You go to your desktop.
See, it's always somewhere.
Now what do you do? Where do you get your start menu? Lower left-hand corner. Go back to start. That simple.
Got you. So the start menu is no longer a cascading up, system. It's just it's the live tiles, which is interesting to me because now you have a full screen interface that you could just, you know, if it wanted to be your screensaver, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. So now they're making it. They're going kind of with a Mac philosophy of or a touch tablet philosophy of if you don't need it, it doesn't need to be seen until you need it. So you don't need to have 7 different windows open all over the place. They're trying to go for the full screen experience, and you can still do multitasking. They just kind of hide it and put it in the corner. So everything is done with um, going to the corners. So if you want to pull up apps that you have open, you go to the right-hand corner. Right now, I have no apps open, but there'll be more of them here. Oh, here we go. So there's a store, weather, finance. That's how you multitask.
It's so weird to me. It's very against the way that most of us have learned how to work. Because like I do a lot of windows, a lot of cascading windows.
And so all your notifications and stuff come up on the right, and that's how you search for stuff, share stuff on Twitter, Facebook, back to your start menu, go to your devices or settings, and that's how you shut it off. It's actually really weird. People are like, how do you turn it off? You have to go to settings
Oh,
and then
settings.
power.
They don't want you turning it off, obviously.
No, the machine is not meant to turn off, which is
Huh.
kind of unusual.
So, played the beta version of this. The early version has probably been out for what 6 months now.
Yeah.
And it wasn't terrible. It was hard to get used to at first.
The beta was I don't know, it seemed kind of weird. They actually haven't changed a whole lot, but I guess it just once you knew the basics, like
Yeah.
it gets easier. I mean, like after you watched what I just showed you, if you know that much,
You'll figure the rest out very
yeah,
quickly.
yeah, it's
Well,
not
in the
that
live
bad.
tiles, I liked the idea of the live tiles. I'm just not sure if I want the live tiles to be the first thing I go to. Like, I'd like the live tiles to be like, oh, look, here's my, like sidebar thing or something that just, kind of like your Twitter feed kind of on the side. I like that, but
Yeah, so supposedly, if you're using this and you don't like the whole current thing, you can go back to the old desktop way of doing stuff, which is pretty easy. You can just hit your um, Windows key and go back to like
yeah.
pretty much your old desktop. And people are asking, is there any improvements on the desktop side of things? This is really cool. Copy a file. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Whee!
You actually get an interface on it. That would
Yeah,
be
it shows you how
nice.
fast it's running. It's pretty neat. I was copying stuff over the network and it was doing almost 100 megabits, like the full
Wow.
gigabit transfer. So that's
That's
like the one
impressive.
thing that I thought was exciting about Windows 8
Yeah.
desktop.
No, that's actually a really neat little thing. And as much as I dislike Windows just because of the headaches that have come up from it, in many ways, we're all stuck with Windows for eternity because we work on it in office situations, and you still have a huge percentage of the market that's dealing with. So it's whether or not it actually makes it into offices. Windows 7 is just barely making its way into my office. So they
Hey,
jumped past Vista.
we've got a guest that just joined us. The CPU kid with no audio. Go ahead and pantomime a little bit just to recognize that you're there. There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the tips. I wanted to point out a few things before you run to your local store and buy this for, I think it's $60, $80. I can't remember what.
Significantly cheaper than the previous versions.
It is much cheaper, but if you buy the online download, it's only $40 for the Pro version. Even we're not talking about the home version. We're talking about the Pro
Oh,
version.
so they really are cutting you a discount by not buying the box.
Yeah, and if you bought Windows 7 anytime after the end of June, you can get it for $14.95, so $15. And if you are flexible on telling Microsoft when you bought it, you can pretty much get any copy of Windows 7 upgraded to 8 for $14.
Really?
Apparently, you just go to the online forum and just say, "Yeah, I purchased it after June."
Well, and you kind of wonder how much Microsoft cares about that when they're doing the upgrade thing. If you've got 7, they bounce you to 8. Because you know that, it's like, it's $40. They in the end, they're not charging the $300 or the $400 they were charging when XP came out.
Yeah, it was ridiculous to get a full version of Windows 7 that's not OEM. It's something insane, like $300. I don't know. The upgrade's still like 100 and some. I don't know. Just ridiculous.
Is if, like, for instance, like my computer's Windows 7, and do I have to have the Pro version of 7 to get the Pro version of 8?
Oh, that's an excellent question. I think you just have to have a version of.
Just
I
any
don't think
version.
there's any like specific requirements.
It's.
I think it's just Windows
I hope
7.
not.
But
Now,
it
are
might-
they going to come out with Windows 8 Server Edition or Enterprise Class or something like that, where it actually has some of the features you really want it to have in there?
Oh, well, they do have Server 2012 out.
Well, no. I'm saying, but like the Enterprise version of that, where like some of the you've got this Windows Server version, and then you've got you know what I'm saying, like I guess it was considered the Pro version.
There's an Enterprise version that is Windows
rich.
Pro. It's not. It's the same thing. They don't have an
Okay.
Ultimate one anymore.
Oh,
But
okay,
they do
that's what I was
have.
talking about, the Ultimate. That's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah,
'Cause
they do
remember
have
came
a.
out the Ultimate, and you're like, damn it.
See, I think what they should do is like do what Apple does with theirs. If you want the server stuff, it's just in the App Store, and you can just download that. if
Yeah,
want.
it's a patch you can put into it.
That is what they're doing. They have add-ons now. So they
Oh,
they took out Media Center, so you can't actually play like MPEG-2 files or DVDs unless you buy the Windows Media Center add-on for $10.
Do you know why that is? I'm betting you. Do you know that they were getting sued by MPEG? Oh,
Really?
this is a true story. This is an offshoot that was happening. Windows put in MPEG into their system and never paid for the license. They stole basically the software license for MPEG because they considered it freeware, which it wasn't, and they got sued for it in a big way. And they've been trying to buy off
Supposedly, at least with Windows 7, they were paying like it cost them like $3 a license of copy or something.
Vista is where they started having to make like legal action what had been taken during XP, and so I'm wondering that's why Windows Media Center now is an add-on you have to purchase because of it.
But all these deals are going till the end of the year, so they're letting you upgrade for free. So you don't have to pay $10. You can get it for free. You just go to their website and request a key, and they'll email you the key to upgrade the Media Center till the end of the year. Also, the deals with the online download for $40. That also only goes till the end of the year.
Oh, so they want early adopters.
Yeah. In fact, I'm looking into upgrading where I work. They want like the discounted government pricing, $150 for the upgrade.
Is that just for like one machine?
Yeah, one machine.
Oof.
And you're like, oh, I'll just
Then I'm
pay
like,
$40.
Yeah, we can pay $40 online, and technically for most of them, we could probably just pay the $14.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
So
I got Windows 8 for free from my school. I just for the developer because I'm taking programming, so I get like free downloads. But I tried to install it last night on my machine, and it just wouldn't have it. I don't know why. I tried to make a bootable USB out of it, and I gave it a chance, but for some
Interesting.
reason,
I wonder if I should put this on my wife's computer. She's been having issues.
don't put it on a netbook.
It's not a netbook, but it's not too far
It
from a
has-
netbook.
It has to have a resolution of 1280 by
yeah, it's not
768. So if it has 1280 by 600, none of the tile apps run
ooh,
at all. So it's basically useless.
Well, that's good advice right there. If you have something that's a netbook or a small screen PC, like laptop, know your resolution before you put it on.
yeah. I mean, even by the time you buy like $150 Windows 8 upgrade, you might as well just get a new netbook anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Which you
yeah,
just
if you
want
can get the
Windows 8
cheap,
run slow on
you
it.
can get the cheap one downloaded, but still,
Yeah.
you don't want to waste your money on it if you don't have the resolution to support it. You want to run their. It's pretty cool though. When you do go to buy it, they download the app before you buy it. That'll test it to let you know what your compatibility issues are going to be before you buy it, which is nice.
So don't buy the box. Buy it online. Get it before the end of the year, and installation and everything else went smoothly. Didn't have any big issues.
So it's really interesting how they're doing it. So you can upgrade from any version of XP to Windows 8 Pro for this $40. So you don't have to have just the last version or the last version, or like to get to Windows 7 you couldn't upgrade from XP to 7. You had to upgrade from XP to Vista to 7.
Yeah.
That's not the case
Yeah,
anymore.
that's just Microsoft's way of they want everyone running Windows 8 just because they really want everyone to have that
I think
modern UI.
I think that's partly because you had a huge group of I know that when I worked for the college didn't go to Vista, and I think they were hesitant on 7. My place of business now didn't go to Vista, didn't go to 7 completely. Like most of the machines really are just running XP right now. The new machines are running 7. Nobody's allowed to run Vista. But I am curious whether or not we're going to be running into the odds, problem with Windows. Do the odds suck?
Yeah, so every other version of Windows has historically not been cool.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. A lot of people are saying this could break that cycle. That it really has been more of how 7 worked, and they really didn't try and push too many extra features this way, but we completely have a new interface. We have all kinds of things that, honestly are going to start sucking your RAM and, playing with, your property. What's it going to do? Vista was a big deal into new and flexibility, and we all know how that ended up. We'll see.
There was one more thing that I was going to mention about Windows 8. I don't know.
It's got a
I forgot.
pretty cover.
It does. The box is interesting. Oh yeah, I was going to unbox this thing, so I actually have
you
more
can
than one
make that as
copy
a
of this.
video and just put it out.
Yeah, but it's interesting. They include both the 64-bit and 32-bit versions. Oh, that's what I was trying to say. Compatibility. So if you upgrade from XP, you don't get your programs transferred in the upgrade. So basically, what they're doing is the Windows file transfer for you. So they just back up all your documents, and then they wipe it, and then they reinstall it, and then they throw your documents and settings back on again. So you have to reinstall all your apps. But if you're running,
you have to run all your reinstall your apps.
yeah. So if you're running at 7 though, you don't have to reinstall all your apps. It'll just
It'll
transfer.
take care of it.
But so you get
32 and the 64.
Yeah, so this is kind of the interesting.
See, I wonder if that's why it's so much more expensive. Is because you have all these other versions.
That could be.
Yeah, so you pay $20 extras for the media, and you get the 64-bit, 32-bit version. And check out the key. The key is a key.
Interesting.
I'll show the other side.
I'll give him an A on the packaging. It's different.
Yeah, it is. It's different. It's
Well, anything's better than the cardboard sleeve with the holographic key code
Yeah,
in the back.
the packaging they had for like Office a couple years ago was horrendous. It was like impossible to open.
Oh, the plastic
remember
case
that.
that slid open the.
Yeah, from the side, I think it was.
Half the people that I knew broke that case getting it open. And they had, Band-Aids.
The world's worst case.
Someone
Yeah.
probably got fired for that.
It's like, by the way, I like your new design. Go find another job. Well, I think it looks interesting. I'm intrigued. I'm not really big on upgrading because I haven't read the reports yet on its compatibility with my my Pro Video software. I don't know how it's going to react because I'm running like all of my Adobe programs and all that stuff like that. I haven't seen any vetting done on that yet. So
Yeah.
until that comes
Those are
out, I can't touch it.
I wouldn't imagine they would just drop the Adobe suite. I mean,
No, I can't. But what happens is a lot of times, and it's not so much that Adobe drops it; it's something stupid is incompatible,
Yeah,
and it
needs
just
a
doesn't work
update.
right.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying drivers are an issue. For the most part, it's Windows 7 compatible-ish. So stuff may work, but it might have bugs.
So the big piece of advice in this is if you have an essential piece of software that is not a Windows piece of software, vet the software before you install 8 because you don't want to be using your Quicken version 6 and then find out that it doesn't work. You don't want to be using some sort of specialty CAD software that you bought and it doesn't work right away and you have to wait a month for a patch.
So I upgraded my Windows Media Center, and interestingly enough, it actually did have Windows 8 drivers for the capture card, and surprisingly, everything worked, which I wasn't expecting.
So tell me, do you get free Media Center until the end of the year? Is that what I understand from you?
Yeah.
Or is it
You
$10
just-
till the end of the year?
It's free till the end of the year, and then it's $10. But they take a day to do it, and I upgraded, and we just wanted to watch some shows, so I ended up buying it for the $10 because I wasn't patient enough, and then today I got 2 codes. So
Well, for the winner
what I
of
get
tonight's
for being
secret
impatient.
code,
for your own duplicate copy of a free code. Anyways, you probably should wrap this up before it gets
Task Manager, huh?
terribly long. Yeah, so we're trying this new Google Hangout thing. If you haven't watched our show before, we do live shows every Wednesday night at 8:30 Mountain Standard Time. We usually do them on Justin TV, and lately we've been trying out this Google Plus live
Hangouts,
hangout
yeah,
on
'cause,
YouTube.
Well, it's interesting to interact with, because we've had a lot of interaction with our chat room, and we've been kind of not chatting with the YouTube chat room as much as we used to with our Justin TV and otherwise, but it's kind of an experiment with us. We haven't been able to really... Everything ends up on YouTube, but we don't usually originate via YouTube, so... It's...
Yeah,
Bear with us.
I know this is through Hangout to YouTube, but do you know who actually has like straight up YouTube Live? Is there like a certain requirement for that, or?
You got to be a really big partner, from what I understand. I put in for it, but no dice.
Yeah, same here. Just nothing.
So I don't know.
I think
this is kind of neat.
they just preserve that. They try to reserve that really for like network stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly, because I think that your debates and things like that. Yeah, you need YouTube Live. So,
anyways, twosmartguys.com is where you'll catch more of our videos, and every Monday we put out a new show. We've got myself at Walking Crow on Twitter if you want to follow me and see what's going on.
And I'm at TimeI5C.
I'm not part of the gang, but at CPU Kid. Why
Sure
not?
you are. And you've got your own channel too, right? Your
Yep. Yeah, YouTube, CPU Kid 00. Tons of Hackintosh stuff and pretty much anything really. I'm trying to expand a little bit, but see where that goes.
Yeah, if you want some detailed Hackintosh videos, check his out. He's got like this whole series, and it is just awesome. So I highly recommend it.
Thanks for the plug.
Anyways, see you guys next week.
Catch you later.
Bye.
This has been a Two Smart Guys production.